All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely, lovely evening in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Okay, my final message regarding the spirit of a man. I'm not saying it's the final. I'm still being led by the Ruach. But this here, I think I've been on it pretty much for a week now. And all the verses that he gave me in the chapters, he had me to put 1 and 2. When we did that in the last video. And now the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 verses. And I'm going to be out of your way. So Sister Deborah, I'm coming. And this here, I titled it, Let Us Go Toward the Light. When I speak of spirit and truth, and when I speak of the spirit, I see it as a light. Okay. When I speak of the light, I see it as a spirit. And I'm saying to you, let us go toward the light. Many of us have not seen the light or felt the light. But by you understanding your spirit being, and you really get to know your spirit, or it'll take you to the light, baby. It'll show you, come on, let's go this way. Because you don't even understand how willing your spirit is to take that awesome step. So, but if you stand around and allow your flesh to rule and keep you from reaching that point within you, that inner part that what Yah will connect to, when that's on you, that's just showing that you are born of the flesh. You the seed of the darkness. And nobody can do nothing about that. So I'm just giving you a way and a direction to the light. Okay? To the narrow gate. Can I open the gate and let you in through the narrow gate? No, but I can show you how to get to the gate itself. Okay? So that's really, I'm just adding these ways of trying to get one to see the bigger picture. Just imagine if I am 63, let's say, for instance, me, 63 years old and never knew my spirit. How is it you can not know your spirit at 63? How could you not know your spirit? You know why? You were so busy knowing your flesh, the part that goes into the ground, till you failed to see the part that Yah was really concerned about, which is your spirit. And it's a late time. It's never too late. Never is it too late. Never is it too late. But it's a beautiful thing to have a relationship with your own spirit. And the first step is to get to know you got an inner man. I sat back and I thought about all these verses that the Ruach has given me to give unto you. And I'm like saying, but Father, how could they escape? He said they can escape it. It's already in them to escape. Those that's not predestined or written for it to escape them, they're gonna go straight into the area of which way the narrow gate leads. But those that's not, they ain't going nowhere. They're gonna go right back into their flesh mode, right back into the way of the world and the way of the thoughts. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's your eternal destiny. So go there, find your way. Like Solomon says, that's your portion. Enjoy it. So I'm just going to cover these verses that close this here whole overall. And you know what's? I'm gonna tell you something. Let me see. So it might have been this here message. I don't know what the Father getting ready to do, because I don't feel it like I did at first. I came into the house and I was getting ready to go live. And I had the most awesome feeling in me, you guys. I mean, it was like a feeling in my spirit. It was just it was such a good feeling. I don't feel it right now. So I guess it had to do with me coming on here. I was thinking it was going to be something else. Father, yeah, okay. Because I'm like saying, okay, Father, normally it's a feeling of something about to happen, which is not good. Because a lot of people don't even understand. They don't even understand really what a true prophet is or a true prophetess is. We have to endure and long suffer. Why? Because 99.9 of the time, the things that Yah bestow upon us to speak out, it's normally not something that's going to make somebody say, oh, yay! And that's why people have not even taken on their own understanding in their learning guide, their instructions and directions, which they say is the word. They have not taken it and really applied it. You see what I'm saying? To their own flesh. That's showing you the darkness is so heavy till it will walk in darkness alone. It don't need no Bible, no nothing. It'll quote it, it'll read it, it'll study it, and it's going on by its way. But it's the thing about it that many people don't, many people don't focus on this book. I'm going to tell y'all, they'll try to tell you how to live by it, but they don't live by it. They'll walk in front of you and on the back of you, in the back of you, and on every side, trying to force you to follow everything they said is the word, everything that they said that they read, everything that they said that the book said. They'll try to get you, but they are not doing it, said the Most High Yah. So as I was feeling really good, it was a good feel. It's not a normal though, y'all. Let me make sure I make that clear. That feeling that I had before I got on live, let me tell you something. That is not normal. It was the opposite of what I feel when he say, okay, this is going to happen. And now I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But when this feeling I had, it was such an awesome feeling. It was a really good feeling. And now I don't feel it. So I guess it had to do with this message here. Let's rumble. Okay. Let's go to Corinthians chapter 1. Let's go to Corinthians chapter 1. No. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. So I wonder what it is. I guess I'm going to find out the same time you find out. Because, honey, baby, that feeling was too good. You know what? That feeling was so good. I was even waiting for somebody to knock on the door. That's how the feeling was. When I'm normally getting something like that, it's a feeling that it breaks you. Oh, because it's he's normally telling you to say this, and your flesh don't like what he have you to say. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So it got you all bent in the flesh, and then in the spirit, you got a sorrow there. But it's not the type of sorrow. It's a powerful sorrow, though, because it's a type that you don't know which end is coming from and what is about to happen. All you know, he said this and said that. And when he tell you to say something, that's that same thing come upon you. It's not like the natural fear. It's a different feeling. And the only way you're going to understand what I'm saying, if you had the same Holy Spirit in you, that when he comes to you and warn you and say things to you. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14, now we're piggybacking on the last 5 videos, you guys. Let's say it like that, 5 or 6 videos. So this is like the end of it. Okay, where is he going to take me? I don't know, but you know what? I'm ready to go. Okay, so 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14, it reads, but the natural man. Now, when he say the natural man, what do he mean by that? Anybody in the live chat? But the natural man. Well, what do he mean when he said the natural man? Anybody in the live chat? Anybody in the live chat or out there? Flesh. Right. Flesh. Very good. He's meaning the flesh. Okay, let's see what he's trying to say to us. Being so, in the last 6 videos, it has been about you focusing on your spirit being. Okay, and he said, but the natural man receive it not, the things of the spiritual Yah. Father, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm about to get in trouble, Father. Y'all, you finna get me in trouble. Wait a minute now. Let's go. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. But the natural man, and we know that it's the flesh, receive it not the things of the spiritual Yah. Hold up. So you mean to tell me kingdom ain't giving them nothing, huh? No, they ain't getting nothing. Okay, y'all see, you understand that? Do you all understand that? The flesh receives nothing. Nothing. Like nothing of the spirit of Yah. The flesh cannot inherit the Ruach Yah. And nor will it receive anything from the spiritual creator. Didn't I try to explain that? We not had 6 videos, maybe been 7, but I believe it's about 6. Breaking that thing down to y'all about the flesh and the spirit. Trying to get you to understand it's time to dig into that spirit. Because while you riding on your flesh, what did he just say? Don't think that your flesh receiving anything from the spiritual Yah, because it's not. It's not going to receive anything, you guys. What is it people don't get? What is it? I just don't understand. What is that you don't get? You ain't getting nothing. So if you look at me all cockeyed and think that I'm just talking with my eyes crossed, then that's you we're speaking about. Flesh, you're not going to receive anything. Let's say that again. Flesh, you're not going to receive anything from a spiritual creator. How about that? 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. And it reads, for they are foolish unto him. What did that mean? When it says, watch this here. For they are foolish to him. First and foremost, I want to understand what it means when it says foolish and him. There's 2 questions. What is it saying when it says, for they are foolish? What is foolish and who is him? If you can, only if you can, because if you can't, that don't mean nothing. Sister Deborah gonna pull that bad boy up. Okay. So it says, 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man, we realize that it's the flesh, receive it not the things of the spirit of Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. Now, I don't understand why y'all can't stand on a mountain now. Because that's telling you right there. But let's press on. For they are foolish unto him. Let's just make it like this. The first question is, who are they are foolish? And who is him? They are foolish, and who is him? Anybody in the live chat? That's deep, y'all. That's deep. That's deeper than deep. Ooh-wee! Father, you're going to get me in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. All right. You ready for me to Sister Deborah, to pull it out? For they are foolish is the things which are spiritual of the spiritual Yah. Now. I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all on here looking at me like I'm cockeyed. Okay? That right there should have blew your head up. That right there should have blew your head up or off. Because what that is actually telling you, how far the flesh is to a spiritual creator. To the point where nope, don't give another answer yet, Deborah. Let me just break it down. So where it says in 1 Corinthians in chapter 2 and verse 14, he said, for they are foolish unto him. Him is the flesh. Him is the flesh. Him is the flesh. And they are foolish is the things which are spiritual of Yah. Now watch this here. You mean to tell me the spiritual things of the Most High Yah? I'm going to hold up, Father Yah. I'm talking about the Creator now. I'm talking about He that sits on the throne, who created all things. How could the things in which the spiritual Yah have, how could that be? How could the flesh see it to be foolish? That's the part that should have blew you all's head off. That he's showing you that the things that is under him, over him, and controlled by him in the spiritual, by the spiritual Yah, flesh sees it to be foolish. Now, how can your flesh see the things of my Yah to be foolish when the one who made those things that you call foolish made your flesh? You see how? I know I shouldn't get that deep. Deborah, don't get that deep. Don't get that deep. You're going to lose them. You're going to lose them. Deborah, don't get that deep. But Father Yah, how can the one that finds the things that is spiritual from Yah to be foolish to him, which is the flesh? But how could the things of Yah be foolish to the flesh? Y'all ain't getting it. Y'all ain't getting it. How could the things of the spiritual Yah be foolish to the flesh? I'm lost, y'all. I'm totally lost. How could the spiritual things of Yah be foolish to the flesh? How could the things of Yah be foolish to the flesh? I wonder, do the flesh know who made it? And is it foolish? That's my point. But what I know I shouldn't go like this. I shouldn't go this route. But the point I'm making is this. It opened up a whole 2 or 3 doors, y'all. Because it's showing you that the flesh don't give a rat's behind who created it. To the point where he that created it is foolish unto him. The things are foolish to the flesh. If that don't let you know how ugly your flesh is, then you uglier than ugly. Because that shows you, that right there shows you how evil, wicked, and dark the flesh is. Let's go there. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. For the natural man, which is the flesh, receiveth not the things of a spiritual Yah. Why don't he receive it? Why don't the natural man receive it, the things of the spirit of Yah? For they are foolish unto him. Now I can see if the natural man just don't want a part of it, get your tail somewhere and sit down there. But to feel that it's foolish to you, and you come from off the ground, y'all not there, y'all lost, y'all don't get it. Because that shows you why your flesh is your worstest enemy. Because it's Yah's worstest enemy too. And this is where I'm trying to show you the way to the light that leads to the gate. Now, I can't get you through the gate. I can assign you to the gate, but I can show you the way. But do that mean you got a way? Now that I'm showing you the way, you know how to get there? No. Because only the Ruach HaKodesh can take you to the main gate, which is just the way. It's the way, y'all. It's the way to where? Life eternal. The narrow way. So I can tell you, I can show you how to get there. But I can't open up that gate and tell you, hey, go on, continue to walk. I can take you to the gate. No, I can't even take you to the gate. Let me not tell you that. Because this bad girl been speaking some hardcore messages, and I've seen myself talking to the brick wall. That's why I wing away until y'all restore me enough to say, baby, you okay. It's going to be okay. Because everything you running out of your mouth, I am rewarding you in the kingdom. Because he knows the hearts of people. How a heart of a person going to receive me and support me when you ain't got the sense enough to receive the spiritual things of the Most High God? It's foolish to you. Now it makes sense, Father. I see what corner you're coming from. I got you now, Father. I get it now. I get it. I get it. I get it now. Because if the things of y'all is foolish to you, what would it be to me? Let's continue. And it says, for the foolish things, for they are foolish. What is they? The spiritual things of y'all is foolish to your flesh. So why y'all got y'all tails out here trying to dress a certain way in your flesh? Trying to appear a certain way in your flesh, trying to teach and preach a certain way in your flesh, trying to lead and guide and rule and have dominion over a certain part, of that which is in your flesh. Tell me, how could that be? Tell me that ain't darkness. When the things of Yah is foolish to your flesh. Hold up, Father. Y'all, what you going with this? Y'all, that's deeper than deep in me. Listen to what he says. Neither can he know them because they are spiritual discerned. So this, you telling me, Father, that's why I'm talking to the brick wall then. Yeah, that's why you talking to the brick wall. See, the brick wall was given to me, how old is my daughter? 34, 35. So let's take that. 20-something years ago. She went to college at 15. Georgia Southern University. Yes. Taking her to college. Y'all gave me this whole thing about the brick wall. So he poured that up again about a couple of years now. And I'm like saying, I'm not going to use that because that was when you was giving me for that example. He said, no, you better use that now, honey, baby. You can use that. You sure, Father? Yeah. You sure? Yeah. And until I was able to understand that same brick wall can be right in front of you every day, listening to you every day. The brick wall can be anybody, your family, your parents, your friends, your co-worker. The brick wall is sat there to almost be like a stumbling block to your spirit. If greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world, it's not fair to defeat the brick wall so that you can continue your race. You'll keep falling over that brick wall. So as I see here, this here helps me out a great deal right here. And I'm going to say this bad boy. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. For the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit. Yeah. Why y'all walking around here like y'all got it? What is so? And then Sister Deborah keep bringing this thing up about the spirit and truth and the light or the spiritual backpack. Deborah, you talking all this spiritual thing that is in the bosom of the Father, and you talking to the brick wall. But you know what? The thing I like about talking to the brick wall is I might be talking to the brick wall, but the talk itself is receiving rewards in the kingdom. Praise the mighty Yah. Because if the brick wall is there and I'm speaking to the brick wall and the brick wall can't hear it, guess who can? The Most High Yah, who usher the rewards in the kingdom. See, a lot of people do not understand. It's not what you don't say, it's what you say that's being awarded to you in the kingdom. It don't matter if nobody hear you in the flesh. What do you mean, Deborah? What do you mean it don't matter if nobody hear you in the flesh? It don't matter if nobody out there can hear Sister Deborah. Why? 1 Corinthians 2:14. For the natural man receives not the things that are spiritual from Yah. Listen to what it says. For it is foolishness unto him. So who am I to think that people should hear me when they can't even hear the spiritual Yah? They can't even receive the things of the spiritual Yah. So, Father, you mean to tell me I'm truly talking to a brick wall? Yes, you are. You mean they can't? Wait a minute, hold up. Let me get this right here. The natural man receiveth not the things of a spiritual Yah. So you're telling me, Father Yah, when I'm communicating with you, with the things in which you reveal to me in the water, if I'm sleeping in the midnight hour, in the early morning, when I'm driving, is that why it doesn't feel the same when you apply it to me and then I try to apply it? Just because you're trying to get it to the brick wall. And the brick wall can't get it. The brick wall can't receive it. Why? Because the brick wall is a brick wall. It just stand there. But why is it in my way, Father? That's what a brick wall to do. It can't move out of your way. You got to go around it. You got to go around the brick wall, Deborah. That's the whole vision I gave you. And I gave it to you 2 times, 20 to 21 years ago. But I had to pull it up in this day and time. Because he's saying the brick wall is still before you. And it shall always remain. So always use the vision that I've given you about the brick wall. Don't keep running into it. Go around it and keep it going. Because the brick wall can't move. It can't knock itself down. It can't talk. It can't speak. It can't answer questions. It can't do nothing. It's just in there in your way. You hear your lane and you running in your lane, and up in your lane there's a big brick wall. Tall, just standing there. It's in your way. So what I want you to do, stop running into it. Go around it. And if you got to, Deborah, climb on top to go to the other side. But keep the race going. Don't stop because the brick wall is there. So as I see here, it is saying that the natural man, it's not talking about male, it's talking about male or female. The natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God. Wow. So do you mean to tell me I got 1,300 to 400 videos? And that's why? Yeah. See, because not only have you seen the gate, you already start walking through it. You know how to tell somebody where it's at. You can't open the gate for them. You can't give them a ticket to go through it. But you can direct them to it. But in the process, just that one. That one. And his one is not like our one, but just that one, Deborah. So as you see here, it says, for they are foolish unto Yah. How could the things of Yah be foolish to your nasty flesh? When the same thing that you see to be foolish to you of the spiritual Yah is the same one who created you. It doesn't make any sense, but it does. Why? When you're in the wilderness and you're taught from the wilderness level, he'll make it make sense. Yah will make it make sense. If he have to come down hardcore on you, he gonna make it make sense. Now watch this. It says, neither can he know them because they are spiritual discerning. So while you keep on Doing your head like this, Deborah, saying it's going over their head. It's supposed to go over their head. Because you don't know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a lot of carnal mind. You're dealing with a lot of flesh. And you're trying to figure out what more do someone want you to say. When you done gave them the potent of the potent. Ain't nobody on this devil platform gonna give you the deepness of the things of the spiritual creator. So therefore, what does that tell you, Deborah? I see now. I get it. The reason why flesh can't receive the spiritual things of Yah, because heaven didn't orchestrate the flesh to receive the spiritual things. So the spiritual things are totally foolish to the flesh of man. Even the way it's taught, it's spoken. You can stand here, I tell y'all over and over, I can stand on a mountaintop and teach 1,000,000 years, and you'll never get it. Because it's not given to you from the kingdom. Nor is he giving it to you on the earth. Why? Why, Father? Why? Because they are foolish. These things are foolishness to them, Deborah. That's why you wonder why, how could you have almost 1,400 videos uploaded? Nobody supports you. They want to play games and make it about the way you say it, the way you do it, the way you come and go, and what do you, before they even think anything. They think they paying you because they showing up on your platform, on this platform, the devil platform. Baby, I got your number. He always had it. So I like this. 1 Corinthians 2:14. I'm going to type this and I'm going to frame this bad boy. And I'm going to show y'all what it look like. And I'm going to frame it in red. Because he sent it answered. You know why? It has answered a multitude of questions. Even when I said it's going over your head, it should go over your head. Because why should it go over their head? Neither can he know them, because they are spiritual discerned. So you can't get it no way. It's spiritual discernment. I told you I can stand on this devil platform, stand on a mountaintop for 1,000,000 years teaching and preaching. It ain't gonna mount up to nothing. Let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you what he's putting on my mind. He says, how about this? If I were to suffer Isaiah or Jeremiah and Ezekiel to come back and explain to you all that in this same situation that I am in, they were in also. Their whole mission was assigned to come in and go out, to go give the people the message of the spiritual creator, what he had for them. Go give them the things that is spiritually discerned. Well, let me tell y'all one thing that you do not know. Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah, and all of the prophets and the prophetess, it didn't weigh with Yah whether they got it or not. If Yah's son Ezekiel to 40, 50, 100,000 people to speak to, if he turned around to Jeremiah and said, I need you to go and speak to 1,000,000 of Israel and Judah, 500,000 Israel and Judah, Ezekiel. Hey, Isaac, speak to them. Speak to him. Isaac said, how many? I'm speaking to the Most High. Yah. I want you to speak to 800,000 Israel and Judah. And when you speak to them, tell them, I said, give them spirit and truth. They pull up. The prophets pull up to all them people. Give them spirit and truth. Guess what? It didn't mean nothing to Yah. They don't want to accept it. So you think that Sister Deborah got to get bent and tore up? This is why he's still working with me. I need that help. Because there's still that female in me, first and foremost, that weakness. And I need my mighty Yah to be that comfort that he said he always would be, and he has 100%. I can teach something and go and say, Father, you think they got it? What? He said, Deborah, going back to Ezekiel, Isaiah, and Jeremiah. Jeremiah went going over here to 1.5 million of Israel and Judah, and not one took on what Jeremiah said. You get y'all don't get it. This is a prime example in, what was that? 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. The flesh, the things that Jeremiah was saying, the things that Ezekiel was saying, the things that Isaiah was saying was what? Foolish to the people. Why? Because these things were spiritual, discerned. So this is the thing. I'm going to show you how powerful the one I serve. I don't know who y'all serve. I really don't. I really don't. But the one I come to know since I was 4 years old that I serve, I don't allow nobody to say who he is, what he is, who he was, and who he's going to be. I know who he is. I know who he was. I know what he's going to be. You know why? Ezekiel, Jeremiah, and Isaiah. All the people y'all went to speak to, did any of them listen? You know what they would tell me? No, Deborah. So you think YouTube platform is going to shake Deborah or make Deborah? No, it ain't. No, it's not. And I wouldn't even allow it to get me to be there. Because greater is he that's in me than he is in the world. He let the games be played with those who play the games, those who are loaded with flesh. Now, right here in 1 Corinthians in chapter 2 and verse 14, he just explained to the whole platform. Anybody at the sound of my voice, he just explained to you. The reason why you can't get the things that are spiritual of Yah is because they're foolish to you, flesh. Because they're spiritual discerned. That's why you sit there trying to say the brick wall. Well, wait a minute, how do you expect the brick wall to understand spiritual discerned stuff, Deborah? You don't. It's just that you got to speak as Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, and every other. Just speak what I've given you. Speak what I speak unto you. Guess what? The wind and took it anyway. It took it where it needs to go. To he that has an ear, let him hear. Now watch this. Because these are spiritual things, y'all. See, I'm going back to the whole 6-7 videos that I made in the last 4 or 5 days. This is a spiritual thing. So you say to yourself, how can I get to my spiritual man then? You can't. Because if you're stuck on that, what 1 Corinthians 2nd chapter 2, verse 14, if you're still stuck on that, it ain't meant for you to learn who your spirit man is, no way. Well, why are you talking to Deborah? When Isaiah talked it, Jeremiah was talking it, Ezekiel was talking it, all the prophets talked it. The apostles even spoke about it. But did the people believe them? No. So who are you? Deborah, who are you? You already know the way to the narrow gate. You're just excited about pointing it to the people. But whether, like he told me, no matter how you point to them, the way to the narrow gate. You just said you put out about 7 videos about getting to know your spirit. You can put out 1 million videos about getting to know your spirit. It don't matter. And until I, the Most High Yah say, have already written it in, they ain't gonna know their spirit. They ain't gonna know their flesh. They ain't gonna know their mind, their wisdom, their knowledge, they understand. They ain't gonna know nothing. They just gonna walk around. I know this, I know this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, and don't have nothing. Because you know where you can find all of it, baby? It's when you weigh your heart. It's when you weigh that bad boy, your heart. It'll tell you really who you are. So the topic is, let us go toward the light. That's me showing you the direction to the light. But Yah said, just because you can show them the direction to that narrow gate, it's not going to lead them through the narrow gate. Praise the mighty Yah. We're going to Galatians chapter 22 and verse 23. Galatians Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. I know that ain't the one I had earlier. It can't be. No, it's not. When I get to Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. Now I want to show y'all something else. When we went to Corinthians 1 and verse 22, Corinthians 1, chapter 1, Corinthians 1, chapter 2 and verse 14, I poured out at least, let me tell you, about 15 topics out of one verse. That's how my life has always been. I can't just go in this verse here, one verse, one chapter, and hit one verse and then pull in and pull out. I'm not like y'all. I can't just go into 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14, go in it and pull it out. Why? Because there's too much in it for me to just pull out. And that's what people do on all these platforms. They precept your line and a little here and a little there. Wait a minute. I can't, trying to get the chapter in the verse to match this. What for? It's too much in this one. I put out at least the base of at least 15 topics out of this one verse. One verse. And that's why I held on to it. Because it was too much in it to just come in, give you the verse, read it, and pull out. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to give you all the food of the Spirit. The food of the Spirit. Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 through 23. And it reads, but the fruit of the Spirit. Oh, now see, now, Father, you finna get me in trouble. You finna get me in trouble again. Here we go, y'all. Oh, man, I'm finna drown. I'm getting ready to drown. Oh, here we go, y'all. Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 through 23. But the fruit of the Spirit. The fruit of the Spirit. Do anybody know what that is? Oh, yes, I know that. Definitely. Anybody know what the fruit of the Spirit is? I already know that. This girl been living all her life on that, what y'all can do. No doubt about it. That's why he said this need be, baby. Because he said, you know, I got you. You talking about, you telling these people 4 years. Ask your mother how long. Your mama know it was back then. So I'm just trying to show you how he already got me locked in the support of his bosom. Okay. So in Galatians chapter, I want to say something first. We're gonna hit Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22 and 23. Let me explain something to y'all. When a person say no one support them, a lot of people in their ignorance, I'm gonna say it like it is, in their deepest ignorance, they don't understand the support is not for the person in which give the Spirit food. It is for you. They don't get it. See, that's why I say, when he gets on me about Deborah, you can stand on top of the mountain. Now, why is it he has to keep telling me that? Why? Because I'm stubborn. He has to keep telling me you can stand on top of the mountain and you can give them everything. It ain't going to change who they are because the kingdom got to roll in and roll out. See, people did not understand. When I was a little girl, I thought I was going to take care of all the poor people in the world. I really did. The day we had a real bad accident, because it was my fault, and my children had to be flown to children's hospital. They was in a bad situation because they had head injuries. And that day, I learned something from the Spirit. You can stand on top of the mountain And you can teach. Okay, you don't want me to go there. You don't want me to go there. But let me take you where during this time, I learned something. People think I thought that I could take care of all the poor in the world. But I didn't think this when I was grown. I was a child. Before I was a teenager, I thought I was going, hey, I thought that God was going to allow me to take care of all of the poor people, because how can a baby feel that that's the right thing to do? What was in me to think as a child that I can take care of all the poor and needy and hungry? What would make a child think that? Anybody in the live chat? What would make a child, not a teenager, but a child, even a teenager throughout my life? But the day we had that accident, a lot of things changed, because y'all was explaining to me about things that you cannot change, Deborah. And that was one of them. Why? Deborah, let's get back to this. What would make a little child have the heart to take care of all the hungry and the homeless children? See, I didn't get on the TV when I was a little girl. I didn't want to watch cartoons. I want to watch the television that showed the little babies with the bloated stomach and those that were sick and ill and dying and flies all over them, because somewhere in me, I just knew as a child that at that time I called him God, was going to allow me to do so. What was in that baby's mind to think that it's going to conquer homeless, hungry, sick children in the world? Not just children, everybody I wanted to do. And the reason why I brought up the accident, because during that time, I can still remember, and I detached the accident to it because I remember that was the time in my life. I had my children, y'all. And the Father told me, Deborah, it cannot be done. And it's let me know it's not that it cannot be done, but it will not. Why? Why can't you bless me to take care of all these people? They need it, Father. Deborah, it's not what you see on the earth. It's how heavens has orchestrated it already, baby. You can't change what heavens has already got written. I wrote it up and wrote it out that way, because people really think this is how ignorant people really are. And this, I'm going to call this the deep of ignorance. And that is this. People still today, 2024, have no idea that the rich has a purpose. The poor and hungry has a purpose. The middle class has a purpose. But let's get to the two. The rich and the poor, homeless, the starving. What is the difference between? Heaven's then created for us to say, oh, they'll be okay. They'll get taken care of. Somewhere these government programs or somebody out there see them like that, they'll take care of. You're wrong. You're wrong. Y'all is not wanting us to say somebody else is going to take care of it. He wants to see where our hearts are at. And if I was a child feeling that way, and y'all are grown people, and still gone, because that's your heart. That's who you are. With no understanding. Here you are, a baby, coming up 8, 9, 10. Only one can vouch for me is the Most High Yah and my mother. She'll tell you. That's all she like to look at. Because in my mind, it was already ordained in me to have that type of heart for somebody else that was like that. So what did I have? I didn't get it from my mother. I didn't get it from my daddy. I got it from the Most High Yah. He is give and gave. Everything he has given and gave, ain't now one of y'all tails are deserving for it. Oh, it ain't nothing you've done to inherit what you have. Everything you got was never for you. It was always for someone else. We're just too selfish, greedy, and ignorant to understand. Ain't nothing. The first commandment is give me all your mind, your heart, and your spirit, your strength. All of that is spiritual. What you mean give it to you, Father? You already owned it. But let me feel, let me understand you giving it back to me. No, I ain't giving you my heart, my mind, my strength, and my spirit. It's mine. That's the mindset. But during that time we had that real bad accident, y'all revealed so many things to me, and that's when he told me. And I had all my children then. And you know what he told me? He said, Deborah, for all your life, you thought that I was going to give you the ability to take care of all the homeless and the fatherless and the homeless and the hungry. He said, you really thought I was going to do that? I'm like saying, why didn't you just tell me that when I was young? Why didn't you tell me that when I was 7 and 8? And why didn't you tell me that, Father, when I was a teenager and when I was a young adult and when I was a mother? Why didn't you just come and just shoot into me and tell me that can't be done, Deborah? You know what he told me? It's because when I feed you, I spoon feed you. I spoon feed you. I give you what you want, what I want you to have in that day. I don't have to give you everything at one time. So I'm like saying, so I really couldn't. It's no way. All those years, Father, I really felt in my heart. He said, no, you desire that because of who you are. Don't expect everybody to have what you have, because what you have my own heart in mind. Because I gave them the whole world and everything in it I gave them. And not one would turn back and be thankful. They're more thankful with what they got. Thank you for what you gave me. Thank you for the job. Thank you for the bank account. Thank you for the money I got. Thank you for the car I drive. Thank you for the house. But where is the thanks? The true spiritual discerned thanks. They ain't got it in them. For all that he has done can't be found. And it won't be found. It's because they don't understand. It's rooted in your wife's heart. Y'all don't make nothing for you. Go back to your instructions and direction and show up tomorrow with Deborah, showing that Yah said that everything he has given you is for you. You ain't gonna find it. And what happens? The heart and heart of people, they don't understand. You got the heart of your flesh. You ain't got the heart of the spirit. Because when you come to know the heart of the spirit, it is give and gave, not take and take, me and mine. Never. Because if you look at it that way, then the God that created all things, he should be the one that's saying, wait a minute, y'all, wait a minute. I done gave y'all everything. But do anybody look at him and say, oh, Father, since you done gave me everything, let me give back to you the best way I know how. Oh, no, we ain't giving you nothing. This is mine. See? And these type of people, they will say that I'm saved, I'm sanctified, I'm full of the Holy Ghost. I know that I know. You don't know nothing. Because the one thing he's going to judge, and a lot of people do not understand it, is that heart. Is that heart wax cold? Is that heart greed? Is that heart me, mine? So this is how he explained it to me. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. During the time he had explained it to me, it's during that chaos that we had that accident. And I think I was probably in the hospital. I knew my husband had to go to the hospital. He was in the hospital too. I was the only one who wasn't badly injured, but they put that thing on my neck to check to see if I had any neck problems and all of that. They did MRI because the accident was really bad. And the babies were in Children's Hospital and we was in Bourne's Hospital. So we had to leave out to, I had to leave out. My husband, they didn't let him out. And I had to go check on my babies. And I told him I'll be back. But what the Father shared with me, and I was thinking it was during that time, I was in the hospital, is where, because that's the only thing I remember, that accident, is when I felt that I was revealed that you can't do it. What you mean I can't do it? Father, I called him God. But all my life, I always said, I thought I was going, why disconnected is because it took a tragedy, I guess, for him to just get me here. And it was just me in that waiting room and just things just going through my head. And he shared with me, it was his creation. It was out of his will. It was his order to make sure that there are plenty. Okay, let me show you an example. If the Father says that he is the creator of all things, and say, for instance, you got people who are deceivers, false prophets. If you got false prophets, there got to be someone in their presence to allow their position as a false prophet to be a false prophet. So if they don't have nobody there, then they can't be a false prophet. You see? So therefore, since you're a false prophet, I'm going to make sure you have those there before you that you can practice your false prophet position on too. So I'm going to give you those you can be false too. It's like cold. You can't say cold is cold without hot. You can't say day is day without you knowing there's a night. So he's saying you can't say a false teacher, a false prophet is false until they are in the midst of the students in which they are false too. So let me give them some individuals that they can be false too. Identical to Genesis 3 and 15. Satan, you're going to have your seed and I'm going to have mine. Y'all orchestrated this thing from the beginning to the end. And let me tell you, it is written that poor shall be with us always. Why? Because heaven had a purpose for poor. Why would you do that? Because I have poor there for a purpose, just like I have rich for a purpose. Even though poor is homeless and don't have this and don't have that, one thing they do have is the Most High Yah. Rich people, they have everything, but they missing something. They don't have the Most High Yah. Can they have the Most High Yah? Yeah. But because richness, money, and people having things and got things chokes them out of having the right heart to even do anything for the poor. I'm a child trying to think how my life is going to be to do for the poor and the needy. A child. And I ain't got a red cent. But I have that. Why? Because it's the way he created you, Deborah. He created you with a heart like unto his. Give and gave. Even though you ain't got nothing to give and gave, you at least got the spirit heart to give and give. And until I give you the other part, which is the outside part to help those that's on the outside, if you don't get, if I don't bless you with the money to go help the homeless and the needy, guess what? You already rich in heart because you know why? You already have it in your heart to do it. It's already in you to be a give and gave. Is it on the outside of you? No, but it's in the inside of you. It's so hardcore where you can see it and know the true meaning of why one is poor and one is rich. Well, why are you who you are? It's because this is the way he created me to see it for what it is. So I can teach this thing in the spirit realm. I'm gonna tell you something. I know the brick wall done stood up, but I ain't saying it. Nothing I'm saying is in the natural. So as 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14, that stand tall. These things I'm speaking of spiritual discernment. See, people didn't understand. There are things that measures your heart. Y'all put them on earth. And people have no idea the things that Yah has suffered to be on the earth. Now, Father, you said that there's a day, but why? I mean, first you said that there was night, was there? But why did you put day? Why didn't we just keep night? There's a reason. It's a reason. 99.9 have no idea the reason of why Yah has allowed many to be rich. Not a lot of them. It's not a lot of many to be rich. Why would you have so many to be poor? For the same self reason. The same self reason. And it is the heart of man. The same self reason. While the poor is poor, they are rich in him. The connection to him and them will bring them out of the natural poor into the spiritual richness. And then they gain or come out of where they at. Same self reason. But because we in that flesh, and the flesh ain't gonna want us to see nothing. Even when we supposed to do our own part. Even we supposed to have a heart like Yah. Even if we are we see clear. At least we think we do. We pretend we do. We act we do. But yet we have no action. That's what the work of the Spirit is. And a lot of people thinking the works of the Spirit is natural. No, it's working your spiritual heart. Because your spiritual heart is like unto Yah. But when you use your heart and heart to think life is about you, what you have, what you can get, what I gain, mine's. And I never could understand it. 58 years old, I said to the Father, what is this wrong with me? My mother would come on this platform and tell you this child will give her head away if it wasn't detached and won't look back. All my life. And do you understand? Yah had to even break down to me. He had to break, and this here this longer than 20 years, but I can't say. I know it's probably been longer than 25 years. Where he explained to me, he said, "Deborah, you remember when the disciples was telling him he needed to, that Yeshua needed to send the people away?" And I'm like, okay. You know, I'm getting scared. I'm trying to figure out what he's going to tell me that, you know, because I know I'm going to have to carry it because I know ain't nobody heard it, you know. And I'm like saying, okay. He said, well, see, the disciples wanted him to send the people away so that they can make it back to where they live so they eat, you see, because there wasn't no food. And Yeshua told them to just have the people to sit. Just take a seat on the ground, y'all. Take a seat. And I'm going to show you how my mind set since birth. Not birth, since 4 years old. That's only said 4 because that's the time I can remember. Always was a heart that desired to give. And even if I had nothing, if I got nothing, I'm always ready to give. You see? Now watch this. He explained to me, Deborah, okay, now you see the people. And these are thousands. We ain't going to even include, Deborah, the children and the women. They were all there, Deborah. This is how the Father was breaking it down. They were all there. They had 5 loaves and fish. 5 loaves, and they had 3 fishes or something like that. Now watch this. He was teaching me. He said, now, the reason why the basket still had some left, that was the fish and the bread that was left over. That's also the leftover from what they had. They missed it again, Father. They missed it again. That which was left over was what they had to start with. Why? He said, Deborah, because do you know I fed them all? All of them, Deborah, including women and children. There was 5,000. It's more than one time he fed them. But this here time he was speaking of that multitude of like 5,000. And not including women and children. So it's way past 5,000. They sat on the sand. They sat down. And they all was filled. They all ate. So he was explaining to me, do you know why I had to leave the leftovers in the basket? And everybody ate and was full. Everybody, even the women and children. I'm going to show you how deep this thing is. This is spiritual. I get what hey, I'm going to type this. And matter of fact, not only am I, Lord, Father, I'm going to make me a big old picture of this here because this is deep. This is deep. So he say, the reason why I needed to have the leftover after I fed everybody. See, they looking at the miracle is because everybody ate. And the food that was left over showed you all, let me just say you all, it showed that you all, that, hey, all this loaves of bread and fish was left over after he fed the 5,000. They started off with 5 loaves and 3 fish or something like that. Okay, now watch this here. The whole idea that he was teaching me this, and this had to have been many years. He said, because I want you to see it in the spirit realm. So he took me to the spirit realm of what that whole thing was. Guess what it was? He said, you see that I made sure that there was some left over after everybody ate. He said, Deborah, what was left over, still left over, was the same that was in the beginning. And I'm like, okay. He said, Deborah, it's no way I'm going to give them that which is in the sea, bread by the hand of man. I gave them bread. I gave them fish that they had no idea, strictly from heaven. And he said, as long as you live, thank you, Father, y'all, don't you ever give people use of anything. Somebody is in need, you give them the best of the best. You do not give people your used clothes, your used shoes. And what do? I stay in the thrift store because that's what I like, y'all. I like to go places and get stuff that people can't go and get. Say, oh, I got that too. No, you don't, because I got this from the thrift store. I didn't get to a store where it had 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. You see? But he was showing me. I gave them strictly a full meal deal from above. And the bread and fish they had before they started, they had it when they end. I want to show them I don't give a people that's coming to seek me that which is in the sea, made by man's hands. So this is what he was explaining to me. It's all about you got that heart to be a giver. Always remember, don't give somebody something that you once had. Don't give somebody something that you don't want. Don't give somebody something that you don't want for yourself. And do not give people old and used things. That's why I have always, all my life, been against canned goods. They call it holidays, all the pagan holidays, they collect everybody canned goods to give to the hungry. Y'all is saying, come on, if you represent me, Deborah, don't go giving people canned goods. You know what this hen did? I went bought a grocery store gift cards. Grocery store gift cards. When I had to go out to feed the homeless, I did fruit baskets. I kept that in mind, you guys. I kept that in mind. I told you I got 2 sons and got the same mind that I have. I had to stop them. I said, you got to have the same spirit I have, baby. You can't go and do what you saw your mama doing. You got to have that same spirit your mama got in you. Go and get the same spirit your mama got in you, and you come out here and do that. Don't do it because you see mama doing it. Do it because that same spirit that live in my mama live in me, and we gonna rumble just like y'all rumble in her. We gonna rumble likewise. But I don't want you doing it because I did. First thing they said, well, mama, when you went, you did it. I said, but baby, mama is always led by the spirit. You can't do that. My poor babies. And I had to stop them 3 times. The 2, the Quiet Storm and the young one. No, you can't. No. Hold up, baby. Hold up. You can't do that. Somebody walk up, ma'am, do you have, wait a minute, what you giving that person that $20, that $30 for? What do you, wait a minute, hold up. Feel that person. Let him talk. Let him ask you what he needs. But mama, you did it. See what I'm saying? They saw me. They saw with their own eyes. Their mother out there by herself, and they saw times when I took them out there, they saw me do it. It's been my life. I can tell you something when you think you something. So don't come telling me what y'all can do. Check. Huh. Who you think my keeper is? It ain't about Deborah. It's about knowing who you are. And if you so stuck on stupid and don't understand anything a person give, it has to come from the spiritual heart. Anything a person don't give, it's because their flesh has a heart and heart. What do you think he says? Be a cheerful giver. You know what he's talking about? Have a heart of God to give, not a heart to give that's hardened. Oh, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. The topic today was the wheat and the tare is pulling away from each other. Y'all know what he's doing. He's getting ready. He's separating. And this is what it's all about. A lot of people won't make it to know who their spirit is. They will never get to know their spirit. Why? Because just like 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14, it ain't meant. The Father said it's spiritual discernment. It ain't for you to go. And I can sit on a mountaintop and keep asking you, telling you your spiritual man go live. It don't mount nothing. You got a heart and heart in you. You need to work on your flesh because you ain't going to let your spirit have the dominion of your flesh because you think your flesh ruling. It's no way. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I went to my sister and them. They wanted to go to Red Lobster. I don't know why people want to go to Red Lobster. I don't get it. For my niece's birthday, but we were all coming together as a family because, you know, her baby just died last week. Was that last week? Yeah, about a week and a half ago. And I'm there with all of them. And I really feel bad. Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. I really feel bad because I could feel them. I could feel what they was feeling and they were thinking. No matter what, all of them older than I am, except for one. But it's the ideal of the respect I can feel from them. I can feel the respect they have for me. That's one thing I can truly say. I can feel their respect for me as their sister. And the respect is not because I'm their sister of the blood. They know that there's something about my sister. No, we don't care for it. We don't like it. But we're going to respect it. You see? And how I see it, I feel sad for them because they feel they have to respect me in that way because of who I am, that they spirit know that I am. And I do. I appreciate it. I do. Don't think I don't. But it's just that when you are given the gift to read the minds and you know what the voices is saying and you know what the thoughts, you tend to feel sad for them because you can know their thoughts and they not know yours. You see? But it's like a fear they have. You know, it's a fear, but it's a respect they have. You see what I'm saying? So if they say, that was my older sister invite me, one of my older sisters, but if they say, can you come over? We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Most of the time I won't come. But when I do come, I feel that vibes of respect. And I'm going to tell you something. That right there is a beautiful thing. That is a deep spiritual thing that I have learned to embrace. And now I understand why y'all want us separate, his chosen one, his servants that he used separate from everybody. Because for this reason, it gives them, it gives them the respect in the spirit realm that Yah has instilled for them. You see? So and when they say oh yeah, this year I think they didn't invite me to like 9 things. I ain't went to none one. But when I show up, it's like, oh, guess who's here? Oh, hey, it's just like, and that way, I know this separate me from who they are. You see, and not that they're bad people in the sense. I'm not saying that. I'm just still saying the spiritual being of who I am. Do not find myself around any and everybody. And if y'all gave me the ability to go around my family after turning down at least 9 invitations, and I end up going to this one, and I can still feel the respect, you know what that leads me to understand? You don't have to be around nobody to discern nobody. Check. The spirit of the Most High Yah don't have to have you in my face for me to discern you. Honestly, if I can do a video where I can tell each and every last one of you your life, then that'll mess you up. Because you'll wonder, well, no, she practicing witchcraft. No, ain't no witch and no craft in that. It's called spiritual discernment. So let me get back to my topic here. So I just wanted to let y'all know, y'all knew what he was doing when he gave the rich to be rich, the poor to be poor, the middleman, the class to be middleman. He know what he doing because he know all of it weighs your heart. What you have determines your heart. Even the poor that don't have, it still measure their spiritual heart. Now, how you like me now? How you like me now? Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. And it reads, but the fruit of the Spirit is, wait a minute, hold up. We got to back that thing up, Father, and back that thing down. Because people quit to think they know what the fruit of the Spirit is. They think they know what the works of the Spirit is too, and they don't. They don't know. They have no idea, but yet they proclaim. That's why I said, stand down, y'all. Be cool. Go find out who you are. Go find out who you are. And I can guarantee you, once you really find out who you are, come back and hit Deborah. Because then you'll know who Deborah is. How about that? Okay. So in Galatians chapter 5, verse 22, here's another prime example. But the fruit of the Spirit is joy, love, joy, peace, long suffering, and gentleness, goodness, and faith. Now, right there, do y'all see the mystery in that? Anybody see the mystery? Do anybody see the mystery in that? Somebody pull it up. Pull that bad boy up. Pull the spiritual mystery in that. I'm going to wait a minute. Come on, somebody in the live chat. Come on with it. Verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. Anybody? Surely somebody know. People talk about the fruits of the Spirit, the works of the Spirit. Come on with it. Pull it on up. Pull on up with it. Let's go all the way there. Show you what you don't know. That's why I said be careful. Be careful. You don't even understand. He said be careful in who you entertain. Because you could be entertaining that which is spiritual, which is an angel. 99.9 wouldn't know because they don't have spiritual discerning. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. It says that. How could the flesh know? Because they don't have spiritual discerning. So you would know. You would say you know, like he said, Deborah, they say they hear, but baby, they can't hear. So calm down. Deborah, they say they know, but baby, they don't know. Deborah, they say they see, they can't see, baby. Calm down. That's what the Ruach do for you. He'll comfort you in the area to make you see things in a clearer spiritual purpose, because everybody's seeing everything in the flesh. Pull up. Let me see you pull up. Now, first and foremost, I want to show you the fruits of the Spirit is not something you can go in and pull out in. The fruit of the Spirit you can't even go in it. Let me see. Somebody got it. Okay, that's a good try. That's a good try. I like that. The flesh knows from knowledge. Wait a minute, huh? Wait a minute. No. Wait a minute. I misread it. The flesh knows from knowledge given by the Ruach. Oh no, the flesh don't know anything. Okay, what the flesh don't know nothing. We just went over 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. Let me go and pull up, because I see it ain't gonna even go nowhere. I see it ain't gonna go nowhere, and I don't have no problem with that. There was a reason why he was giving me joy before I got online, because he knew I was gonna need it. He knew I was gonna need it. Okay, you meant the Spirit. Okay, but see, we just went over the 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. It's the Father want us to know that the flesh has received nothing in the Spirit. Okay, nothing of Yah spirit realm do the flesh receive. Okay, he won't let you receive it. Try reading 1 Corinthians and chapter 2 and verse 14. Now here we go, y'all. When I seen this here, that's when I began to really talk, because a lot of times we quote everything we have mimicked, and we have, how would I say it, rehearsal throughout our lives. But when Yah send the spirit ones among you, this is for the same reason, and the way I speak is the same reason why all the apostles and all the disciples lost their lives. That's why they lost their lives. Because when they pull up truth, everybody want to kill them. That's how powerful truth is an enemy to the flesh and to those who think they're not the enemy, but they are. Okay? So listen to this. Galatians chapter 5, verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. Right there, he's letting you know the fruit of his Spirit, not yours. You see what I'm saying? Verse 22. But the fruit of the Spirit, there go the Ruach HaKodesh. The fruit of the Spirit, he's telling you, my fruit carries love, peace, joy, long suffering, and gentleness, goodness, and faith. My Ruach carry that. Meekness, temperance. Against such is no law. Against such is no law. He's letting you know, don't go pulling up the law on me. Don't go pulling up the law on me. I don't want to hear it. Because there's no law that can back up or back down the fruits of the Spirit. It's impossible for Sister Deborah to have the fruits of the Spirit. Only way I can have the fruits of the Spirit is that same Spirit in verse 22, capitalized as the Ruach HaKodesh, is in me, who has those ability to have the joy, the peace, the long suffering, the gentleness, and the goodness and the faith. The Ruach must be in you. Going back to telling you, go search your spirit. Because if the Ruach ain't in there, that's why your mind is the way it is. That's why it thinks the way it thinks, it feels the way it feels, it acts the way it acts, it believes the way it believes, it has its own knowledge, its own understanding, its own wisdom, its own personal feelings and emotions and personal opinion. That's the flesh, y'all. Yah be the glory. Look at it again, y'all. You see that capital Spirit? That's the Ruach HaKodesh. But the fruit of the Ruach HaKodesh love, joy, peace. I use love as given gave, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith. Wait a minute, who are we talking about? The fruit of the Spirit. Now look at the word fruit. Why they got an S on it? Since it's titled so many things. Why they got an S? Because Yah is one. All that he is one. He's the I am. I am one. And I can be whatever I want. And when it all boils down, it roll up and roll down, I'm still one. The fruit of my Spirit is given, gave, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, and faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Now, I'm going to ask the question. What is he saying to you that I spoke earlier today in both videos? What is he telling you there? What is he telling you? And I'm going to show you. I've been on this devil platform 6 years. And I've taught this thing so many times. Time didn't taught me. Right there is a very powerful mystery. A very powerful mystery. Can y'all see it? It's a mystery, not to me, but to many. Very powerful. But the fruits of the Spirit, there go the Spirit, that's the Ruach HaKodesh. It ain't telling you, Deborah. So why these people running around here talking about, I got the fruits of the Spirit, I got the work of the Spirit. Baby, hold up. You can't have nothing without the Ruach HaKodesh. I've been teaching that for 6 whole years. You got to have that Spirit that just told you all the things it consists of in you. You can't have the fruits of the Spirit. You can't have the works of the Spirit unless the Ruach HaKodesh, who has all that in him. And then he said, come on, baby, come on with me. We are one now, right? All right. So what I have is yours. Let's go. Let's rumble. That's why people are easily to say, without faith, what works without faith, you are dead, baby. Stop taking that into the flesh realm. Pull that bad boy in the spirit realm and I'll chew your tail up and spit you out. Stop putting everything in the natural realm. That's why you still ain't found out who your spirit is. Because you keep trapping everything the voice of the Most High Yah is saying through the word. We keep trapping it into the flesh realm. Pull that bad boy out in the spirit realm and see what you come up with. You get chewed up and spit out. Now here he's telling you all that he consists of. And we didn't grab it and made it us. You got to have his Holy Spirit in you to inherit those things. I'm just going to go on down to verse 24. I really feel led to verse 24. And they that are Christ, there go the power. Who is the power? 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 The power is the one that the Son of Man said, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. That means heavens and came down. He's at hand. He is Emmanuel, meaning Yah with you. Who is Christ? Christ is the word of Yah. Christ is the spirit of Yah. Christ is the power of Yah. Now go on back down to 24. For they that are Christ. You see that S? Apostrophe S? That means Christ on you. You locked, y'all. You locked by the Spirit, the Word, and the power of Yah. Christ can lock you in already. Have crucified the flesh. Who crucified you? Wait a minute. Hold up. Yeshua. Yeshua, did you crucify the people? Son of Man, did you do it? No, I can't get that. I can't take that credit. That was from the king that sits on the throne that's head of me. Who is he? He was the one that came down with me, Deborah. You know he came down with me. I couldn't have done nothing without him. What do you mean, who is he? You know he the word. You know he the spirit. You know he all power. He came down with me. That's why he's I am. He can be here and there. He can be anywhere he want to be. I am who I am. They just didn't know who he was. He was the I am. Okay, I get it. I get it. Verse 24. For they that are Christ has crucified the flesh with the affection. The flesh with the affection and lust. All of that goes away, baby. The power, who Christ is, deletes that. It can delete it at a blink of an eye. It can be deleted in seconds, minutes, hours, day, year, but it comes to destroy all that's in you. Crucified. That's what it's coming to do. But when you see Christ, you're going to always see the Spirit right behind it. And when you see the Spirit, you're going to always see the Word. And when you see the Word, you're going to always see the power. They three in one. It's called Christ. Okay? And he sits and tell you there's no such law in verse 23 that's going to overpower that. How you like him now. Go get your law if you want to. Get your commandments and everything you need. It ain't got nothing on the fruits of the Spirit. So stand y'all clown tails down, trying to mimic this thing in the flesh. He said, if it was so, Deborah, it would really fool you. But because I said if, Deborah, I didn't say it would. I said if. Because in heaven ain't no if. For it is written. That's why it ain't so. 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. In 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. Okay. 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. For Yah has not given us the spirit of fear. Have we all not heard that before? Have we all not heard that before? Anybody in the live chat, have you ever heard someone say that? Yah has not given us the spirit of fear. Have y'all heard that? Yes, thank you. Thank you for answering that. Now, look at 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. The difference from me and many is, like I just told you earlier, it's hard for me to go in and come out. I'm finna walk this bad boy on a walk. I'm finna take this here one on a walk. I'm finna walk this time, okay? 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. For Yah has not given us the spirit of fear. The spirit of fear. Okay? Okay? Now, I hate to tell you, and I ain't gonna say, don't you say you hate that, but don't pull that. Don't pull that. When you speak in spirit and truth, it's nothing sorry about that, and it's nothing that you hate saying. Say it. Speak that thing. Let me go there again. Let me say that over. 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. For Yah has not given us the spirit of fear. Let me go there. Is that, what spirit is that? Anybody know? Will anybody happen to know what spirit is that Yah has given us? Second Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. Let me find out where I'm at in verse 7. For Yah has not given us, the spirit of fear. What spirit is that? You rewrote. What spirit is that? Yah has not given us the spirit. Nope. Nope, it's not the Holy Ghost. Nope. Yah has not given us the spirit of fear. Oh, Father, you taking me all the way there, ain't you? You taking me all the way to the bridge. All the way to the bridge, Father. Y'all, you taking me there. I can see this. You taking me all the way there. Hey. No one? Yah has not given us. I like that word us. Because he knows he has his already written. So this is going back to what I've been trying to tell y'all for the last 6-7 videos. Find out where your spirit and who your spirit is. No, listen to this though. Watch how I walk this thing. That's why I try to tell you all. I never looked to be a teacher. I just wanted to stay in my zone of a prophetess. I wouldn't have never thought that I would have been on this devil platform teaching. If you could really go back to my videos, you'll see that I really was trying to get away from and running from teaching. Why? I never was a person that can pick up this book or pick up any book and just rest on what it said. I just never was. And I realized because the reason why I can't get this book together is because, and I can't just go up in it and pull it right out. You know how you might read a chapter and just go in and pull out when I just can't do it. Why? Because the word that's in me, which is Yah, won't let me. He won't let me get into this King James Bible and no other Bible and just pull up and just pull out. No, baby, no, He got the clam on top of everything I'm reading. Why? Because I want you to get it, Deborah, in the spirit. I don't want you to read it in the natural and not have it in the spirit. So park yourself right there until you get it. So what? He makes sure that each verse, I captured everything in each verse. When I used to teach Bible class with my children, I used to teach Bible class and they were like, oh, mama, wow, you just really breaking. I tear down a verse all the way down. Why? Because in one verse, if you go into that one verse with the Ruach, you ain't coming out until he says it's time to come out. Because there's no sense to going there and not get what it said. You see? And every time you go there, he going to make sure that you learn something new. And he going to make sure it ain't going to change what he's teaching you. It might change things that it's saying, but in the book, but it ain't going to change the word that's of Yah, that's in you, teaching you it. So let me take you there. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For Yah has not given us the spirit of fear. First and foremost, you see the spirit is lowercase. So that's a man's spirit. That's your spirit, man. Not male, but that's the spirit we got in us. We got a spirit in us. Okay. When he said give in, he said give in. So what you see here is one of the brands. Yah has 4 brands that he brand those who come down to represent him. Where do he brand them at? In the spirit. So Sister Deborah came down here branded with what he just said here. My spirit, there go my spirit. Yah has given Sister Deborah's spirit the brand called fear. You see that? Yah has not given us the spirit of fear. That fear and that brand is a spiritual thing. He's letting you know I have 4 brands: righteous, belief, faith, and fear. Righteous, belief, faith, and fear. He's telling you that I give your spirit my brand fear. You see that? He's giving you his brand. He has 4: righteous, belief, faith, and fear. When Abraham was in the vision, Abraham did what? He believed. Was that one of the brands? Was that one of the brands? No. Abraham was believing out of his fear. And that was because he was in a vision. He was already scared as a chicken. Go to Revelation 15 and read verse 1. He was scared as a chicken. And he believed everything Yah said. Want me to tell you why he didn't really believe? Why didn't Abraham really believe? Anybody in the live chat? Father, you going all the way there. I still give you glory and honor. Why did not Abraham really believe? Because the moment he came out of the vision, he went into a dream in that same day. Went home to Sarah and did the opposite of what Yah had in the vision. Abraham did the opposite of what the vision stood for. So why was Abraham saying he believed? That's because if you look at Genesis chapter 15, verse 1, you'll see how frightened and afraid Abraham was. So when he was in the vision, in the spiritual vision, he said he believed. How do you know if Abraham really believed? It's when he came out of the vision and went into the dream. Then he came out of the dream, and the moment he came out, which was the same day, he went straight into what Sarah told him to do, to bring forth his seed. So what happened to his belief? See, y'all don't get it. See, y'all give too much glory to the flesh of man. Too much. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and all of them. They get more glory and honor than the Most High Yah. Y'all have put them up with so much great power and authority, and y'all don't even understand. They just like you and I. Abraham was in the vision after Yah told him everything. Abraham said, I believe. Did Abraham believe? No, he didn't. And I thank the Most High Yah that he didn't stand on Abraham's belief. What you mean, Deborah? He didn't stand on it. Let's go, Abraham. Let's go on to it, Deborah. Just go on to Genesis 15. Here we are in Genesis 15. We're finna find out that Abraham did not believe. Genesis 15. Okay. Verse 6. Genesis 15 and verse 6. Let's go to verse 5. And he brought him forth abroad and said, look now toward the heavens and tell the stars if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, so shall thy seed. Okay. Verse 6. And he believed in Yah. You see that? Abraham, it says, and he believed in Yah. He believed in Yah. He didn't believe in the vision. He believed in Yah. Watch. And what did Yah do? Yah took it out of his belief because he knew that he was going to go right back and counteract everything he had just told him. So right here, it shows me it wasn't what Yah was saying that look at it now. Just look at it, y'all. It's plainly seen in front of your eyes. Oh, no. Don't tell them that, Deborah. Don't tell them that. Because you just read 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14. It told you it ain't given to them, to everybody, to see it. Because it's spiritual discernment. So don't go tell them it's plainly seen. Because it's not. Okay, Father, Yah. So let me go here. In Genesis, you notice in verse 6, it says, and he believed in Yah. Why? Because he was scared as a chicken. How do you know he was scared as a chicken? Because in verse 1, it says, after these things, the word of Yah came unto Abraham in a vision, saying, fear not. Why was he telling Abraham to fear not? Because he was scared as a chicken. And then he says, Abraham, I am the shield and the exceedingly great reward. Okay? He's letting him know, fear not. You don't have no reason to be fearful. You good. You good. You don't understand who you standing in front of. So Abraham believed in Yah. Okay? He believed in Yah. That's where the error is at. He believed in Yah and not the vision. That's where it was at. I was wondering, because the 4 brands, that belief that Abraham had wasn't the same, because he believed in Yah. So Yah didn't count it as belief, but as righteous. There are the 4 brands. The one of the brands, the main brand, is righteous. The second one is belief. The third one is fear, faith. The fourth one is fear. Those are brands that Yah brand the spirit of who he is, his servants. He branded them. So Abraham, when he said he believed Yah, in Yah, see, he believed in Yah. It wasn't that he believed in the vision. He believed in Yah. Who wouldn't if you're standing in the vision and Yah standing there? I mean, in the vision, and he's speaking to you. Who wouldn't believe him? You see? So he believed in Yah and not so much as the vision. Now it makes sense why he counteract the vision once he came out of it, went to the dream, then he came out the same day, and then running and doing what Sarah told him to do and went into Hagar. To me, that was, I call, when they did stuff like that, that's adultery to me. Just going in, anybody your wife give you. I don't think that's being married. I don't know where they got all that trash from, but y'all let him cap it. He gonna deal with it come judgment. So here you see in verse 6, Yah, and he believed in Yah. There you go. That's what it was. He believed in Yah, not so much as the vision. So what did Yah count it? So he counted it to him for righteousness. Righteousness override belief. Righteous is the greatest part of who Yah is. It is the greatest part of who he is, all righteous. So he had branded already Abraham with righteous and not with what Abraham believed, because not what Abraham believed in him, because Abraham didn't believe in the vision. He believed in Yah, but not the vision. So Yah said, well, I'm going to count it righteous. He didn't even have to say that if Abraham belief was legit. See, if Abraham belief was one of the brand and it was legit, why are you counting it righteous? What difference does it make if it was one of your brand? Because Yah had already assigned Abraham under the brand of righteousness. So he told him, your belief, I'm going to count it as righteousness. Woo-wee. Now, let's go back to 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. For Yah has not given us a spirit of fear. But one thing I'm going to tell y'all, what's deep, that y'all going to miss, and I hope that he that has an ear is on this live chat and going to be able to grip this. You notice it says given. So the Father is giving us. Us. Who is us? Who is us? Who is us? Yah has given us the spirit of fear. There go the 4 brands. That's one of the brands. How did the Gentiles get grafted in? They came in on 2 of the brands, belief and faith. That's how they got grafted in. They didn't get grafted in through righteous. They get grafted in through belief and faith. That's why you all should understand that Yah has a brand, that he brand the spirit of man that belongs to him. And that's how the Gentiles got grafted in. They came down with the brand of faith and belief. Okay, you see, Abraham was counted righteous, so you know Abraham had righteous. He had belief, he had faith, and he had fear. But the Gentiles can come in only through belief and faith, because that's how heaven branded them. They spirit came down branded already. Okay, so when you see 2 Timothy, I need to get off of 2 Timothy, yeah, I really do, because I'm not getting anywhere. I got too many to go. What time is it? Yeah, it's time to go. Okay. Okay, let me just break this down to you. Yah has not given us. Us is the spiritual sons and daughters of Yah. We are the spiritual sons and daughters. He has given us the spirit of fear. Why? Because there's two fears. You got the fear in your flesh, and 100, every last one of us know the fear in our flesh. We already know how it feels to be fearful in our flesh. But there's a fear in the spirit. And the fear in the spirit is detached to the Most High Yah God, the Most High Yah. Fearful, fear of him. The only way you can gain being fear, having the fear of Yah, he has to have given you the brand fear. You see what I'm saying? See how we really think in our flesh. We got all the power. We got all authority. We rule. We the one. We the people. We this and we that. We this. And you ain't nothing. Because you're just running around here thinking you all that and some, and don't even understand. When he cracked me in with 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14, that just threw the whip out. That really done something to me. Because it's the way y'all come into it and break it down. And it's showing me, see, that's one of the one I've been telling you, baby. Okay, now here in 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 17, Yah has not given us the spirit of fear. He's letting you know we ain't one of his brands is fear, but it's not the fear. He has not given us the spirit of fear. And he's letting you know the spirit of fear is not the same fear that the fear of him. That's the fear of the flesh. I don't give minds that he got on here calling it, I given us to be fearful in the flesh. That's not what he give us. We got the fear of Yah, but we ain't got the fear. We ain't got the spirit of fear of this world, of the things of the flesh, but of power. Now, see how power had to come help? And of give and gave, which the world called love, and of a sound mind. So I have not given, for Yah has not given us, his spiritual one, a spirit to fear this world and to fear those of the flesh, but of the power and of give and gave and of a sound mind. A sound mind. He's letting you know what he gave his, and it ain't fear. So while we running around here fearful of what everybody prophesied and everybody saying this gonna happen, this gonna happen, this gonna happen, you go to right ahead. Because the spirit that you have, that's not the fear I instilled in you. I put you you got the spirit of fear in me, but the spirit of that flesh fear, I didn't give that to your spirit. That's your flesh doing that. That's your flesh fear. because I give you the spirit to fear me. But your flesh, I did not give you the spirit of fear. That's for the flesh. He's showing you what he has given he haven't given that type of fear to the flesh, where everybody is getting to the point where, oh, they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that. They're gonna close our bank accounts, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do this to us, they plan on doing this, they're gonna do this, and they're gonna do this. Okay, that's you building up your fear in your flesh. I didn't give you that spirit to be fear in the flesh, but I give you a fear that has that power and that give and gave, which the word called love, and a sound mind. That I like that, because he's telling you all the things that's already given to you in the spirit, and one of them is not to fear these issues and this situation that's going on. There's two fears. There's a fear of the flesh, and there's a fear of the spirit. The fear of the spirit is only to fear Yah. The fear of the flesh, he's letting you know, if you are mine, I didn't give you the spirit of fear of this mess that's they say and coming and is coming and whatever, but of a sound mind and of power. That's what I like. Okay, now we're going to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 21. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 21, it says, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward? Who knows the spirit of man that goeth upward? Anybody know what that is? Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Anybody? Okay, first and foremost, it said, it's asking, I need to get to that verse so I could make sure I didn't. Okay, here it is here. Now we got to go to 21. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward? Let's go to verse 22. Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works. In his own works. That means your own works are the things that you work for, and the things that you have. He's Ecclesiastes. He's telling you that you should rejoice in your own works, for that is his portion. I like that. For whosoever bring him to see what should be after him. Ooh-wee. And y'all, let me tell you something. That there has said a mouthful. That really pretty much covered what I was saying earlier in this same video. Listen to what it says. First, you start off in 21. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works. I like how he's saying it. He's just letting you know. Go on, enjoy self. Enjoy what you got. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy what you think you're going to get. Enjoy what you think you're going to want. Enjoy it all. Listen to what he's saying here. So I'm telling you, he's breaking that thing down. But just because he's breaking it down don't mean you're going to get it. That's the thing about it. That's what makes the thing whole overall so messed up. Because he's breaking it down. I'm finna break it down. I'm finna walk this thing. But yet, no, it don't mean that they're going to get it. And it's clearly seen. Because now it's being spoken in the spiritual realm as well as read in the natural. So listen to this. First, he started off and says, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that go it down? I would answer because Solomon asked that question. It's got a question mark by it, and I would say no man. Nobody can tell nobody who go up and what beasts that go down. Nobody can say that. Nobody can answer that. So that's what I would say to Solomon. So what Solomon did, he moved to the next step. He said, wherefore I proceed. After that, I proceed that there is nothing better than a man. Now he's still on that man. Should rejoice in his own works. In his own works. In his own works. For that is his portion. Okay, Solomon, who gave him that portion? I tried to explain it to them earlier. Who gave them that portion? Yah. Yah gave you the portion in which you should and could and will rejoice in. That's why people are caught up in self. That's why people's heart is hard as wax. That's why people's heart is hardened, because they feel that everything that they have was for them. They think it's all about them and me and mine's and me. And I don't care what nobody else said. You sure don't. Solomon just told you the same thing I was trying to break down to you. I like the way he said it, because he told you right here. Listen to what he said. I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. That's your portion. The rich man is rich, and he should enjoy his richness because that's his portion. And who gave him his portion? Yeah. But what was he giving him the portion for? To measure his heart. That's how sick people are. This tells you who's flesh and who's spirit. This shows you how the wheat and the tare will pull apart, and is, like y'all say, they separate themselves. Because that's the way y'all willed it. So he's letting you know that, okay, Solomon saying, so if you should rejoice in your own works. Just to rejoice in it. Enjoy it. Because that's your portion. What portion is that? Your flesh. Your flesh. For who shall bring him to see what should be after him? Nobody. Nobody. Nobody can bring to them that what is after him. Because why? He's enjoying his works. He think it's all he feel it's all about him and his works. So Solomon said, go on, enjoy it, bro. Go on, enjoy it, sis. But then he turned around and said, for who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? Ooh-wee. He ain't doing the works of Yah, the works of the Spirit. None of that. He's only enjoying his flesh. His flesh has inherited. His flesh received in life. He works for it, for his flesh. What is this called? A self-centered person that believes only all things revolve around them and don't even understand. Y'all never created us for us, but for someone else. Someone would ask Sister Deborah, but Sister Deborah, you shouldn't say that. If watch this here, y'all, I'm going to mess you up. I said that y'all never created you and whatever you have for you. It was created for someone else. Why? Because you, if you are he that is written in the Lamb Book of Life, yours is already in the kingdom. What you making a big thing about it all down on the earth? You see? But for somebody who don't have it written in the kingdom, they hog it down here on earth. Solomon just told you that's your portion. You better enjoy it. Where? On the earth. You better enjoy it down here on earth. That means flesh enjoying its works on the earth. What it has, what it got, what it's going to get. Because they tend to think that that's their heaven. That's their kingdom. You see, a lot of y'all won't agree with that, but who cares? Isaac probably went to probably 1 million and some people all over Israel and Judah. Ezekiel, same thing. Jeremiah, did any of the people believe him? Not one. So you try to tell me something different in this day and time. And this time is worse than then. So see, what people don't understand, it ain't about Sister Deborah trying to get people to understand and believe what she's saying. My thing is, my purpose is to get you to see the way to the light. But you ain't gonna ever see it if you're in your flesh. And you think that everything is about you, me, and mine. And that's the way y'all created in the heavens. And then Solomon broke down and said, wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should enjoy in his own works. Why, Solomon? Because that's all he got coming. Enjoy it on the earth, baby. Because heaven ain't got nothing for you. Okay? Next. That's what Solomon said. Hebrew chapter 12 and verse 9. So enjoy. And in that process of enjoying, I forgot to tell you, you'll never find your spirit being. You'll never find your spirit being. You're so busy enjoying your flesh being and what it have, what it got, what it's going to get, and how it's going to keep it. To where you ain't going to ever find your spirit being. Because you caught up in your flesh. You don't know the difference between spirit and truth. Or say, let's say the spiritual, like he said, he didn't give us. Us is the spiritual one, the fear, the spirit of fearing things. He didn't give us that. He gave us the spirit of fearing him, but not other things. That's what people don't understand. Yah gives those that are his what they need already. So they don't have to come down here and clown in no type of greediness, glutton, and think everything about materialistic things, what I got, what I have, what I'm going to get. And that's why he's letting the world, this United Snakes, strip everything from your tail. Because he's going to try your bad tail by the fire. Now, what you going to do then? Ha, 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 ha. Oh, yeah, right. People stand around and don't even understand. If y'all want to, he don't have to worry about you not doing anything or supporting nobody. You know why? He can take what you got. If he want to. Okay, Hebrew chapter 12 and verse 9. People too high on the hall. They self-centered. Very self-centered. They won't ever see the word in the way of the light because they don't understand it ain't right because of them. Because the way they want to see it, it's right because it is right. Because that I am said that I am. That's what he is. He is what he says. Hebrew chapter 12 and verse 9. I got 2 more to go, and I'm not going to hold you. I got to pour down, Father. Y'all, I got to pour down. Hebrew chapter 12 and verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which correct us, and we gave them reverence. Reverence. What does that mean? Reverence. Someone pull up the definition of reverence. Reverence. Can we get someone to pull up the meaning of reverence? I think I'm pronouncing it right. Let's go to Hebrew chapter 12, verse 9. Furthermore, we have listen to this, y'all. We have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. I think I'm saying that right. I don't think nobody gonna pull it up. Let me go on and do it. I just love y'all. I just love the way he tell me to just check out everything. Just check out everything. You'll know who everybody is. Just simple things you're gonna be able to point out who's who and what's what. That's how I told y'all it's just that simple. Simple things. Respect, is that what you got? Does that mean respect? Okay, reverence. So let's take the word respect, okay, and let's apply it to Hebrew verse 12 and verse 9. I want to show you what I mean. Furthermore, verse 9, furthermore, we have had fathers of our own flesh correct us. Now notice that corrected us. You see that? Corrected us. And we gave them respect. You going there, ain't you, Father? You going there. Now here we go. Shall we not much rather be in subjection to the Father? Let me get that. Of spirit and living. I think I got that wrote down wrong, don't I? Let's go. Here it is. Here it is here. Hebrew chapter 12 and verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them respect. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirituals and living? Of spirits and living. Should we not see? That's the problem I have. That's a problem I have right there. Now, see, he taking me there again. I can see why he let me feel real good before I got on this devil platform today. I can see. I was feeling so good, y'all. I was feeling good where I started to say, Father, is this joy? Is this joy that I'm feeling? And then as soon as I got on this platform for the live, that whole feeling says, zoom. So I'm trying to figure out, wait, when I'm going to have to talk to the Most High Yah tonight. I'm going to have to get down and I'm going to moan and groan. Because I want to understand what's going on here. And I think I kind of do. Hebrew chapter 12 and verse 9. Hear this. Furthermore, if we have had fathers of our flesh, which corrected us, we gave them respect. Now, the fathers that we have, we gave them respect. We talking the flesh fathers, okay? Our birth fathers. We gave them respect. Now, listen to what he said. Shall we? Now, the question is asking, shall we not rather be? Shall we not rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and living? The Father of spirits and living. You know what that reminded me of? When he was telling me, now, Deborah, you sitting here hooping and hollering and asking me, why did I allow this to happen to this young girl? You all on the floor and you hooping and hollering. Have you ever thought how I feel? He said, Deborah, did you understand that I did create the whole world? I said, yeah. But I just don't understand. I thought she was your child. I just couldn't understand why you would let her go that way. It just didn't make no sense. But Deborah. Come on now, feel me. Just think for a minute. Stop crying. Just hear me. I created the whole world, Deborah, and everything therein. Did you ever thought how I feel? The whole world in which I create has denied me. Shouldn't I be crying? I stopped. Y'all, that was like something just pierced me in the spirit. I was on the floor, kicking and hollering. I sat up on the floor, started wiping my face. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Because you know what he did, y'all? Let me show you. I'm going to tell you what he did. Let me tell you what he did. Let me tell you what he did. He made me feel that thing. He made me feel that thing. You know how he was saying? Just imagine. I created the whole world, everything in it. The whole world. You know what made me set up? Because I was feeling it. I was feeling it. And just imagine, Deborah, this is the fact that the whole world denied me and I created it. Now, shouldn't I be crying? Oh, man, I had stood up and I started to feel it. What he was doing is letting me feel different in the spirit about something that's greater than something in the flesh. You hooping and hollering because of it's the situation in the flesh. I'm going to take you to where I am in the spirit. I created everything. And everything denied me. So shouldn't I be crying? Do you know I cry? And that just, woo! I got up. Did you know I was sat on the floor and repent, telling him, forgive me. Forgive me, Father. And as I sat on that floor, I didn't understand all the words. I wiped my face and started to repent. And I began to sing the song on the floor. I won't complain. You've been so good to me. More than this whole world can be. I was just singing. You've been so good to me. More than this old world can be. I won't complain. I had to go down that route, y'all. And when we tell y'all something, this sister was moaning that song. I was moaning it to the Most High God. I won't complain, Father. You've been so good to me. More than this whole world can ever be. Oh, man, I was moaning. You've been so good to me. And what was it? You dried all of my tears away. Oh, I was on that floor moaning in full repentance. Because once he let me feel him being the creator that's hurt by us denying him, and he created all of it, and all of it deny him, he told me, I cry. So what's the deal? I mean, he broke it down so well to where it's still with me today. And y'all, that was before I only had one child then, when y'all did that to me. I mean, said, that whole. So I'm just saying, throughout my life, he had to take me there, and that's the most beautiful thing, is to learn from the spiritual creator experience. You see, all this flesh out here is too much flesh, y'all. You got to feel that thing. Like I tell y'all about Deuteronomy 28. Y'all sit here, run around here, swing it left and swing it right, swing it up and swing it down, and y'all don't feel that thing. You got to feel that thing. You got to feel it. That end game, oh man, you got to feel that thing. You got to feel that thing. The beginning too of Deuteronomy 28. You got to feel how he moaning and crying and pleading with us. In Deuteronomy 28, he's just begging us. And I ain't thinking about what you said. Then turn around, the end game of it, we still turned our back from it, and now we walking. But it makes sense. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 14 lays it out. So here in Hebrew, he's saying that Your natural father you have respect for should not much rather be in subjection unto the fathers, to the Father of spirits and living and live, not spirits and live. So when Sister Deborah was trying to explain to you all in these videos, I was trying to get you to consider. I'm telling you, I can't get you to go. I can't. I can get you to consider searching out your spirit man, finding out who you really are. Because a lot of you all think you are your flesh. That's why you loving the way your flesh doing everything. And that's why your tail gets sick and you're hooping and hollering. Do you love that? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. See, you want to play that flesh thing when you want to play it. Then you want to jump over here and try to ride the fence on the spiritual end. You ain't gonna get it like that, baby. I still suggest that you understand your spirit being. That's the only thing that y'all gonna understand. All this flesh stuff, he gonna let you go ride your horse up and down the streets as long as you want to. Like Solomon was just telling you. Enjoy your works, because that's your portion. And people would let that go right over their head. All Solomon said, because you ain't got nothing else coming. You missed it. That's what he's talking about. Enjoy it while you're on the earth. Enjoy it. Have fun. Because you ain't got nothing else coming. Since it's all about you. Okay? So here, I like this here in Hebrew chapter 12 and verse 9. It's also showing you the difference unto the Father of spirits and live. Have that respect of the Father that's over the spirits and live. That's what he says if we have the Spirit, let us walk in the Spirit as well. Live in the Spirit and walk in the Spirit. You see? Don't come running around here like 99.9 is doing. Oh, you don't do it anyway because it's written. Oh, I'm in the Spirit. I'm a Holy Ghost filled. I got the Ruach HaKodesh. I'm saved. I'm in there. I'm going. I'm this and I'm that. And you ain't going no direction but to the direction of the flesh. Hello. Okay. So book Numbers. Oh, we're going back to Torah. Okay, the book of Numbers, chapter 16, verse 22. The book of Numbers, chapter 16 and verse 22. Now, what's deep about this? We're going to grip the Spirit, even though we know the Ruach came in the old. But we're going to see the Spirit realm in Torah, in Numbers 16 and verse 22. And it reads, and they fell upon their faces. It's a good thing to fall on your face, y'all. Because to fall on your face is submitting to Yah in a way through prayer. That all you need to be doing is looking down while he's looking down on you. Upon you, while he's upon you, you looking face down. Okay? And it says, and said, O Yah, of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will thy be what is it, wrath with all. Let me get the numbers. Let me get it here. This handwriting on this one here. I know it's all. Numbers chapter 16 and verse 22. Let's go over that again. 16 and 22. Numbers 16 and 22. 16 and 22. And they fell upon their faces, and they said, O Yah, the Yah of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will thou be wrath with all the congregation? What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? That's a question to each and every last one of y'all. How would y'all answer that? I'm going to read it one more time. How would you answer that? This is with Moses. Listen to this. Numbers 16, verse 22. And they fell upon their faces and said, O Yah, the Yah of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin and will thy be wrath with all the congregation? What would you think on that? What do you think about that? That was a question that was put to the Most High, who is saying it. And Yah spoke unto Moses and unto Aaron, said, separate yourself from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. Yes. Yes. So that's showing that, yes, he will take them all out. Because why would he do that? Because he's dealing with the flesh. And the flesh don't inherit nothing in the spirit. That's why Aaron and Moses is there. They are the spiritual ones. So listen to it again. The question I asked you all was, it says, they fell on upon their faces and said, O Yah of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin and will thou be wrath with all the congregation? But when you go up to verse 20, it says, and Yah spoken to Moses and unto Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation. Now see how he telling them to separate themselves from among. Wait a minute. He says, separate yourself from among this congregation. Notice he said this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. So yes, they're telling him, if one, O Yah of the spirits, shall one man sin, most likely if these here were the spirit of the flesh, if one sin, all of them gonna be in sin. Because that's how they were roaming then with Aaron and Moses. It wasn't that one man just sinned in the camp. Everybody seemed to have this thing about following that one man that sinned. Everybody want to sin. That's why he said here, it says, the Yah of the spirit of all flesh. The spirit of all flesh. That's letting you know this is the flesh. That's why he telling Aaron and Moses to separate themselves from them. Or I'm going to I'm getting ready to tear their tails up. Yes, you can have one bad apple, because he knows that one bad apple can spoil the whole tree. He knows that. He already knows that. That's how I look at doubt. He's the tree itself. One bad tree. Every apple on it is rotten as rotten it can be. And the reason why I say that is because, hear me out. In the last 3 and 4 years, this man have always had apples falling from his tree. And they'll land down below the tree and rot up, get up, move out, and always speaking the things of wicked and evil that he did. But I never could see why the people could be different than him. They talk the same, they curse the same, they act the same. It's like the same spirit is on them. Now, you done left him 2 or 3 years. Why are you still talking like him, acting like him, walking like him, and speaking like him? How could that be? Because you fell from a bad tree. And you stood there until you fell from the tree. Now, say for instance, that tree has some, this bad tree have some apples. And the apples decide, well, no, I know this tree is bad. Let me get up and get out. Then it's different. But when you stay there year after year after year, you become the same as the tree itself. Bad. And then when it's time you fall from the tree, that means now you're turning rotten because you're sour, because you hung onto the tree all them years. And now you fell from the tree and rotten. Now you want to get over to yourself and try to conduct yourself in a way against that bad tree. But you don't understand somebody like me discerning you to see you to be as worse as the tree itself. You curse like the tree, you drink like the tree, you act like the tree, you talk like the tree, you walk like the tree. So you might as well stay up on the tree when you think, okay, Deborah, you better stop. You better stop, girl. Well, let's go to 1 John, the last one, y'all, and we out. 1 John chapter 4, verse 13. Wow, I just turned right there. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 13. Hereby know we that we, hereby know. Nope, wait a minute. That's not right, is it? 1 John. Nope, I'm in the wrong page. 1 John chapter 4. Oh, here it is. In verse 13. Hereby know we that dwell in him. Now you see that word in? You see that? See, how are you going to run everything and you in him? How is you going to live your life out of your flesh, but in your spirit realm is in him? But you living out your flesh, and your spirit is caught up in him, and you out on the other side in your flesh living its life. Now listen to what it says. 1 John chapter 4 and verse 13. Hereby know we that we dwell in him, and he in us. What did I tell y'all? The last 6 or 7 videos, this is y'all and this is you. Let's put you a little bit smaller. This is how he grips you, and y'all are one now. This is your spirit, and this is his spirit, and it's inside you. And y'all done got up in here, and y'all in the flesh, in your flesh together. You and y'all is just like this. Y'all is over you, and he's over your spirit like this here, and y'all is one. Now listen to what this says. Hereby know that we dwell in him. What did I just show you? Here go y'all. What did I show you? No, how did I do it? Here go nah. Here go y'all, and here go you. This is exactly how I showed you. So we're dwelling in him. Watch this here. And we become one. Watch what he said. And he in us. See, he's in us. Now watch this here. Because he has given us of his spirit. His spirit. Now, how is it we're going to run the flesh? When he didn't, now, I don't think y'all really getting it. Y'all don't let this pass you by. Because this is telling you something very powerful. It's telling you right here. Because he and you and him, only spirit. This is your spirit and this is his spirit. This is how it works. And y'all become one. And y'all inside the flesh. Now watch what he says. And what does he say? Because he has given us of his spirit. His spirit is in us, y'all. Because he has given us his spirit. At first, it was just you. Who you are. Scared as a chicken. Your spirit just is scared. Why? Because you letting your flesh rule and run more and do what it wants. And it don't give a rest behind who you are. And your spirit standing. Your flesh know you got a spirit. It don't like your spirit because your spirit is a good thing. And he don't like it. So he won't let you see your inner man, which is your spirit. Because you didn't let the flesh think it rule. You in control. But then when the ruach comes, Flesh got to stand down. You got to stand all the way down, flesh. You don't rule nothing. New sheriff in down. Here is your spirit. No, here is Yah, and here's your spirit. I got you now. Let's take it from here. You don't rule nothing with your nasty flesh. And if you knew where your nasty flesh go, you would realize you've been living out your flesh. And you anorexic in the spirit. You don't know nothing about your real self. And I want to tell y'all, understand this. Your real self is not your outer man. It's your inner man. What makes that my real self, though, Deborah? Because that's the only thing gonna live eternal. So how is your real self that one that goes to the ground and stink and go back to the earth? That's not your real self. Your real self is your spirit. And if your spirit's so ugly to where it don't want to let that flesh go, and all the addictions and the sickness and the illness and all the abomination and the lust and the self-centered and the pride and the ego, if you don't want to let that go, you don't have to let it go. Don't let it go. What does Solomon say? Solomon, pull up. Yeah. Enjoy your works that you have. Because that's your portion on the earth. That's your portion on the earth. You ain't got nothing coming in the kingdom but the lake of fire. Hello. So that's just it. So this is my last topic that I'm going to have that's covering you seeking your spirit. I feel really good in the spirit of the Most High Yah because it shows me that Yah is walking in me and directing me in what way and how to put truth out. I know Sister Deborah clowns. She make faces. She make it. When Sister Deborah been like this all her life. But I tell you, when it's all said and done, I ain't gonna give you nothing but spirit and truth. Food for your spirit. You want that mess for your flesh? Kick rocks. Go somewhere else with it. And like the Father said, Deborah, don't forget that one. As long as you can nail that one. And see, one, when I say one is a different number in Yah than it is in me. So when he said that, he's saying that one. Deborah, just that one. I'm not saying that one. He's saying it. So to me, when he's saying that one is exactly what he says to me, and that's what I say. But who's to say what one is to Yah? You see? But I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in to the message. And this was my last message. And I can say last. I mean, this is my final message on the spirit. And I'm going to keep all of these. And I really need to keep the other sheets that I had that had to do with it. But what I found out that it is more than 100 verses that Yah is leading us to the spirit. What made us not go in that direction is because of where we at today. Like I say, many people are living their flesh. And like Solomon said, your works in you, that's your flesh. Enjoy them. Have a good time. Enjoy it. That's your portion. That means that's your only time you're going to have to enjoy those things that you have in your flesh. So enjoy them because you ain't got nothing that's coming nowhere else. You see, because I don't care if you don't understand. I don't care if you don't get it. That's not for Sister Deborah to care or to be caught up from the floor up in. Why? Because heaven got it written. So if heaven got it written and all he want me to do is speak and keep it going, then what? And if I sit and tell you I got a lane to run in, 99.9 have no idea what I mean when I say that. That means that, hey, I know where I'm heading. But do I know where I'm going? I know where I'm heading. You see? So I know he made me a lane to run in, to keep the journey in which he called, appointed, and anointed me. I'm not going to give you the food that the flesh in the world and on these platforms give you. If you want the type of food for your flesh, take your tail right now and stick with it and enjoy it, for it is your portion. Appreciate each and every last one of you in the live chat, and I will be back. Have a pleasant evening. Shalom and shalom.